Zombie games. Some people absolutely love it, a lot of people absolutely hate it, but you cannot deny that they have some charm in them, especially the survival ones. And in this video we'll be discussing State of Decay 2 and whether it is worth it to buy right now or whether you should just ignore it or move on. So let's discuss that. And as always, as with every single one of our videos, I'm not going to be wasting your time and I'm going to be giving you the answer to the title of the video right away. So, is State of Decay 2 worth it? Well, yes. It's a very simplistic take in zombie survival genre. And while because of its simplicity, it is very approachable for the majority of audiences, the same simplicity does not make as deep as, well, some other games that we're going to talk about in the future. Overall, it's a great and fun experience, but only for time being. Why? Let's discuss the details. So first, let's discuss what State of Decay 2 even is. Well, as you can understand, State of Decay 2 is a sequel to State of Decay 1. And it is a zombie survival action game. You're playing in an open world as one of the survivors of zombie apocalypse. And your goal in this game is to survive. Because in this game, if you'll die, well, you'll die forever. The game has permadeath system. In the game, you are setting up the base, and your goal is to keep this base up and running, keep it well fed, and to avoid as many zombie infections and, well, not die. But there is a catch. You're not playing as a single person. You're playing as a group of survivors. As you go through the game, you're actually picking up different survivors in the game, and you can play with each and every single one of them because your character will eventually become tired and will require rest and sleep. And if you don't do that, the stats will start going down. The stamina will go down, your speed will go down, and eventually your health will start going down as well. So for that reason, you're actually playing with multiple different characters. And the key gameplay loop in the game is you're picking up your character. You are equipping your character with everything that you need to survive, but not too much because the inventory space is actually limited. You are picking up your companion or companions, and you are moving on into the open world. And what you do there is you're clearing out the territories, clearing out different points of interest, like for example, like gas stations, different houses, different markets, and gather as many supplies as possible and carry it to your base, just to survive for a little bit longer. And that's a key gameplay loop. It actually sounds very simple, but because you need a bunch of different things, like for example, fuel, food, medicine, ammo, and shelter, and also you need to actually build out your base and also build other bases as well, you have actually a lot of things to do. Plus, each and every character that you'll find is very unique. They have their own set of skills and their own set of professions and some exclusive skills that only they possess. And based on what they can do, you can upgrade your base even further or gain some additional things in your base or for your characters. And each and every character has their set of skills that you can upgrade by usually doing that set skill. For example, if you want to upgrade your sneaking skill, you need to sneak a lot. And if you want to upgrade your fitness, you need to run a lot. If you want to upgrade your shooting skills, you need to shoot a lot and things like that. Overall, playing with different characters play slightly differently. The difference is not that much, at least not on medium difficulties, but it's still there. You have access to your car and you can actually upgrade your car and have multiple different cars as well. You also need to take care of the car's fuel and even car's health. As for the zombies, I wouldn't say there are a lot of different, there are a big variety of zombies, but it's enough. There are regular zombies that are regular people that run around and try to eat you. There are ferals that are extremely fast. There are bloaters that explode and just cover everything with a sticky poisonous goo. There are screamers that attract the attention of other zombies, and there are also juggernauts, which are, well, big hulking monsters that are very difficult to kill. And kind of like a main goal of the world itself is to, well, destroy so-called red plague. Red plague is kind of like an upgrade to zombies. Any zombie in the red plague infested territories are kind of faster and stronger and more difficult to kill. Plus, they can actually infect you with the red plague, and if you don't cure it, you will die. And in order to get rid of red plague, you need to kill plague hearts, which are this big stationary bulbous fleshy things that are deep into this red plague territories and usually are in some houses. Then you need to go there and destroy it, and it's actually not as easy as it might seem at first. The combat system is pretty basic. You have a bunch of different types of guns that you can upgrade with some attachments. Not all of them can be upgraded, but a lot of them can be upgraded. Like for example, adding silencers is probably one of the best things that you can do with the game. And you also have a bunch of melee weapons as well, which is, well, the fastest way to kill zombies one-on-one as quietly as possible. But all of this sounds pretty kind of like a generic. Is it so? And well, to be fair, it is. And also to be fair, it's not a bad thing. The game is made to be as simple as possible to pick up right away and to not get overwhelmed immediately. Even if you're immediately playing on a standard or higher difficulties, you can get quite far pretty much right away. Because if on higher difficulties, the real threat, the real difficulty starts around in the mid game to the late game. The game also has 5 maps, basically 5 open worlds that you can move between. So for example, if you clear everything out in one map, you can actually start, or you can move on to the next one and the next one after that. And other than the regular campaign mode, game also has a Heartlands mode that is kind of like a story mode. I wouldn't say that it's a good story mode, but it's kind of like a very long quest that you need to complete. And to be fair, I was not amazed, I was not blown away, but it's still good to have. It's separate from the main campaign mode, but some rewards that you can get in the Heartlands mode, you can actually transfer to the main mode, main campaign as well. The game also has some kind of horde mode as well, which is more like an action combat mode of the game, while the main campaign and Heartlands are more focused on the survival aspect. Here it's more focused on a combat, and if you simply want the combat, which is not the best thing because it's very simplistic, you can have it. Plus you will actually learn and get good at the shooting mechanics of the game as well. But again, it's nothing difficult, but it's there. And again, everything that I said right now does not sound that bad, but does not sound that good as well, because, well, it's just what it is. The game is good, but that's it. It's nothing amazing. It will not blow you away with the story, but and you do have a story even in campaign mode, because almost every character has its own side quests, and well, it's nothing fantastic, but it's there. But the fear of losing your survivors, because if they will die forever, and you will need to move on to play as other survivor, is there. And yep, it's actually pretty tense thing to have, but I don't know, it did not hook me as much as it did, for example, with an XCOM 2, but yeah, it's still pretty well strong feeling when you use your survivor. You do have an RPG elements because you do choose skills of your characters, but to be fair, I'm not gonna lie to you, after playing Project Zomboid and in its depth, this one seemed like fun ride. I can say like that. It seemed like fun ride. It was cool, it was great, and it is a game that you can return time and time again, but yeah, it will not blow your mind. But before we're gonna get to the verdict now, let's discuss the pricing, because it will probably play a huge role in your decision to buy this game or not. Game is available on Steam for the base price of $29.99 for Tier 1 countries and $16.99 for Tier 2 countries, and can go as low as $9.89 for Tier 1 countries and $5.60 for Tier 2 countries. As you can see, you can get this game for pretty cheap both for Tier 1 and Tier 2 countries, and plus, game is also available for free in asterisk on the Game Pass, both on PC and on Xbox. So is it actually worth it? For these prices, absolutely. If you're watching this video for a decision to make whether you want to play this game on Game Pass, or whether you want to buy this game on a discount on Steam, go and get it. For sub $10, this game is quite a lot of fun, and this is just a game where you can return over and over and over again and will not be overwhelmed immediately. It's fun and good experience, but nothing that will blow your mind. You will not have an amazing moments of intense action and very close encounters and very cinematic moments, but entire game will be the same level of pretty good. Again, if I'll compare this to the complexity and depth of Project Zomboid, which I will be reviewing pretty soon, yeah, it's not there, and I don't think that it will be, even with the State of Decay 3 coming soon. Overall, this game is good. This game is worth it. I think you should get this game and you should experience this game, but do not expect something that will blow your mind. Expect a good game. Expect a good polished game. By the way, I didn't see any bugs. I didn't see any crashes. I'm playing this few years after its initial release. So yeah, overall game is pretty good, pretty stable, and pretty fun, and you should get it. Well, this should be it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video, like this, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.